Blessed day, friends and family. It's Justin Caldwell over at No Ordinary Wings. I am cooking today. I'm off of 15th Street, right across from the U-Haul place at the laundromat where I usually be at. The address is 1007 West 15th Street. Right here at the laundry. It's called the Laundry Bros Laundromat. So I'm right here, and this morning, before I could think about it, I don't got my Bible with me. I wish I did, because I had a few scriptures. And I'm gonna just pretty much paraphrase, and then I'll just come back later on when I got my Bible in front of me, that way I can give you direct word, and I ain't just going off the top of my head. So and if you guys want to write this down, please do. So the first scripture is Ephesians 1:3, and Ephesians 1:3 is basically our promise from God. We are everything that we want and striving for in this physical life. We already got it in the spiritual realm. We just got to work toward it. We got to get it. Like, you have to do your spiritual work. The Bible is written from a spiritual standpoint, and the things we deal with, just like Paul was telling us, the things we dealing with is not physical. Everything is on a spiritual standpoint. So we shouldn't focus on the physical things, like people lashing out on us, people acting irrash, bills, just financial problems. We shouldn't focus on those things, because those problems stem from something far more greater than what the eye can perceive, or what the mind can perceive, and what the eye is actually seeing. It's actually stemming from something from the spiritual realm, be it something we indulged in our younger days, we had no clue of, something unclean, or even just being around people that mean us no good, or people that just don't really care for us. So those things are stem from the unseen world, which is the spiritual world. And like I said, the Bible is written from a spiritual standpoint, so we must understand that the Bible is written straight from a spiritual standpoint. It ain't nowhere around it. And the Bible also told us that God said his people perish for lack of knowledge, and that's basically that knowledge that we don't know, that I didn't know for a long time until a couple years ago, that it's the Bible, is knowing that simple fact that the Bible is written from a spiritual standpoint. So when you do get into the Bible again, or read it again, and you switch your focus on thinking or trying to debate with yourself or with anybody saying, oh, the Bible ain't real, this and that, it's a trick of the enemy. You already being tricked, because the enemy is just trying to deceive you, or just trying to throw you off. Like I said, instead of paying attention to debates and things of that nature, don't pay attention to the physical, pay attention to what's going on in the physical, spiritual. The underlying argument of that is basically trying to deter you from the fact that the Bible is spiritual. The Bible is spiritual. So with that being said, everything we're striving for and everything we want is already ours in the spiritual. So what these unclean spirits and these unclean demons, or devils, whatever you want to call them, what they try to do, the only power they have no power at all, first of all. And I got that scripture wrote down in here. They have no power at all. But being that you don't have the knowledge, or you don't understand the knowledge, that's their power that they're banking on. That's what they're using. They're using manipulation. That's the only tool that the enemy have, is manipulation. So if you're not aware of the knowledge of the Bible, then you'll get turned there every which way but loose, because you don't understand. Like I said, that's they only use a manipulation. Situations are happening in your life, and that's why the Bible say the power of life and death is in the tongue. So say you're in a situation and your bills or whatever's anything that's happened, anything crazy in your mind, the first thing your mind do is start to amplify it because you're worrying about it. So what we should do, like I said, not focus on the physical, focus on the spiritual and pray against it, and just start to thank God for whatever. Thank God for the things you're thankful for. You know what I'm saying? Thank God for delivering you out of whatever situation you're dealing with. So like I said in Ephesians 1:3, we already have those blessings or anything we want that's in the spiritual realm. We just gotta pray for it. We gotta work toward it spiritually. You got to do the spiritual work. And even more, so this next verse is to clarify that in Ecclesiastes 5:18-20, which states that basically, and like I said, I'm paraphrasing. I wish I had my Bible in front of me that way I can give you word for word. But basically, this scripture, Ecclesiastes chapter 5, verses 18-20, is basically telling us that it says it's comely for man to eat and drink. You know what I'm saying? So basically, it's saying that's your given right, for you to eat and drink, for you to work and enjoy your labor. That's your given right for you to do that. That's your given right for you to do that. And Ecclesiastes 3:11 also it also clarifies that same thing as Ephesians 1, Ecclesiastes chapter 5 verses 18-20, and Ecclesiastes chapter 3 verse 11. All that clarifies that. It's all yours. But like I said, what the enemy is doing, the enemy is tricking you into believing that these things that ain't yours or you ain't supposed to have it. And what the enemy also do, the enemy uses a lot of people around us. It ain't so much as the people that we feel like is close to us. It's the people that we think, it's the people that we are close to. So the people that we feel like is close to us, that's who the enemy is going to use to try to deceive you, or try to throw you off your game, or try to get you to focus on whatever it is that they're doing, or try to pinpoint every small thing that you do just to knock you off your course. But you got to stick the course. And like I was saying, we lack because we don't understand the knowledge. And it's simple as that. In Luke chapter 10 verses 19-20, it tells us that it says, "Behold, I have given you power to trample on serpents and scorpions," which I'll come back to that, which is it's only describing the hierarchy of the evil kingdom or whatever. But it says, "I gave you power." God gave us power over serpents and scorpions and over all the power of the enemy, and nothing shall by any means hurt us. And it goes on to say in verses 20, Luke and 10, that we shouldn't rejoice because we have this power over these unclean enemies or these unclean entities or these unclean spirits. But what we should be rejoicing is because our name is written in heaven. So we already there, but it's just a lot of us don't understand take the time to understand the message, or we've been tricked into believing that we've been tricked into believing that the Bible is for whatever reason the Bible is it's not real, and all this stuff, the white man and all that, all that ain't got nothing to do with it. If we understand, like the scripture said, the enemy, he came to kill, steal, and destroy. So, and he's the biggest deceiver. So why would we believe anything about, the white man and all this? It was our knowledge the whole time. But what it was, they got a hold to it, and they just end up using it against us. And now we just been befooled into thinking, that ain't my knowledge and this and that, but it is, which is for everybody, but it's most definitely our knowledge. You know what I'm saying? We the ones who've been in the captivity and just forgot everything, and we don't care for each other, or you know what I'm saying? We got our picks. We like this person better than we like this person, and all that crazy crap. I seen it a lot growing up. You know what I'm saying? But like that's what we have to understand, that we have the power to eradicate the power of the enemy in between serpents and scorpions, and that's just a hierarchy, with the serpent being the highest, the snake spirit being the highest of all this evil, unclean stuff, and the scorpion being the lowest, and anything in between. You know what I'm saying? But I'm gonna revisit this. I'm telling you, man. I'm gonna revisit this when I get home, when I get around my Bible, when I get around my notes, and I'm gonna break this down properly. But I just had to say it because when I woke up this morning, it was just on my mind, and I was like, you know what? I'm finna write these verses down, and I wanted to share it with y'all this morning. But like I said, I'm gonna put it way more in context for y'all, so y'all can understand. And it ain't nothing wrong with the Bible. Ain't nothing wrong with being a Christian. People think, oh, being a Christian is you're perfect. It ain't nothing about being perfect. You striving to be perfect or be in the likeness of God or Jesus Christ. Nobody was perfect. Nobody will ever be perfect after Jesus. Simple as that. You know what I'm saying? People gonna mess up. We human, but that don't give us a right to judge them or condemn them or curse them or say crazy stuff about them. But like I said, I'm gonna revisit this. Y'all come get winged at No Ordinary Wings. I got the oxtails again. I got the I got the food, man. I got the chicken dinners. I got the chicken baskets. So y'all come see me. Bless you.